Hey guys, welcome back. So this video has been highly requested ever since I quit my job, moved in with my boyfriend. Needless to say, my expenses and what I make in a month has changed drastically. If you haven't watched the first video on this, I will have it linked down below so you guys can catch up. But like I did in the first video, if you see me looking down, it's because I have notes again, so I am not all over the place. Of course, I will be scooting to the side so you guys can see a little visual bill list. So without further ado, let's get into what I spend / what I make in a month. Alright, let's start with the main expenses, something that everybody wants to know. First, our rent, which we live in Boston, Massachusetts. We live in a 390 square feet studio. Our rent is $1,000 a month. And with it being the both of us, we split our rent in half. So I pay $500, he pays $500. And at the end of the day, we're both saving some money because he was paying $1,000 on his own and I was paying $675 where I was at. So we are saving a lot of money when it comes to rent. As for laundry, I finally do not have to go to the laundromat anymore. We do not have a washer and dryer in the building, and no, we cannot get a portable washer because it is against the law, like in certain places of Mass. I don't know why, but we can't have that here. But with that being said, there is a washer and dryer in the hallway. So you just go down the hall and you put $2 in, and then you wash your clothes. And I normally spend $25 a month on laundry now, and that's with me doing my clothes, his clothes, along with our cleaning reusable stuff. We have reusable paper towels, reusable sponges, all of that stuff goes into a separate load, and I do not dry anything. So we are saving quite a lot of money when it comes to drying stuff, so I usually lay things out to dry. It does take a couple days, but it's well worth it just to save that extra money. As for my medical insurance, a lot of you guys asked me in my last video on what kind of insurance do I have. So I have BMC, which is Boston Medical, and the way that works is it goes by your income. So I am still paying $45 a month, and that is because of the fact that it's still plugged into where I used to work. So I don't have my old job's insurance, it just goes by what I used to make. So I have to update this in November when the plan starts over. And of course my $45 could be higher, lower, who knows, because with what I make on YouTube, kind of like goes up, then it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes really down. So it depends on the views and stuff. So of course I'm considered self-employed, so I don't know what's gonna happen because medical insurance is just so expensive, and most of the time it barely covers anything. When it comes to my phone bill, I know you guys probably remember me complaining of how expensive my phone bill was. I do have Sprint. I think it was around $72, but now my phone bill is $30. And the reason for that is because my boyfriend and I went on a family plan with him and his sister and me. So I'm happy that I do not have to change companies, because I was gonna go to Boost Mobile or go to all the other ones that you guys were suggesting. So I'm glad that I was very patient in waiting for that right moment to like change my plan, because it worked out for all of us instead of just me in the long run. Next up is our electricity. Let me put a little disclaimer in. Our little apartment doesn't run on any gas. The whole apartment runs on electricity. Our electricity isn't as bad. We have been having the AC on lately because it's been extremely hot recently, so that can make it fluctuate. But this month wasn't that bad, and it was $60 this month. So obviously we do split our bills. I paid $30, he paid $30. Works out great, because if you guys remember, at my old place I was paying gas and lights, and most of the time it would come out to like $300. My electricity was $12, but my gas was outrageous. Sometimes it would be $200, sometimes it would be $40. It all depends on if I had the heat on too long or if I was in the shower too long. So the electricity and gas situation can be very tricky in Massachusetts. Speaking of gas, another main expense to me is gas for my car. So I still have the Honda Cross Tour, which is kind of like an SUV, and I barely go anywhere. So we do travel to our family members, which is about an hour and a half away where I used to live. and sometimes we'll take my car and sometimes we'll take his car. So this month I spent $40 in gas, and that's from going back to where I used to live, visit family, and going to the grocery store. So that's not bad at all. I used to spend a lot more on gas, so I'm happy with paying $40 a month. And then I have my Spotify bill for $10. I've had Spotify forever, love it, can't live without music. Another app I have that I create my thumbnails from is the Word Swag app. I pay $5 for it. I love that app because it's simple and it has the little fonts that I like. I tried the PicMonkey app, I tried the Canva app. You guys say that they're free, and I've tried the free version and I did not like it. So I went back to my little Word Swag app, and I mean, I'm okay with paying $5 a month because I can claim that on taxes because I'm technically like self-employed, so it's for the business. So I'm okay with paying that. Another thing that I've been paying for is a music website. If you guys have noticed from my vlogs, all the music that you're hearing in the background is music that I pay for because I was dealing with a lot of copyright issues when it came to YouTube. I was using the audio library channel. Some of their stuff is copyrighted and it says it's not, but at the end of the day it is when you go upload your video, and then you get a strike. So I decided to nip it in the butt and pay the $16 a month for, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Epidemic Sound. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I'll have it linked down below. But you do not get flagged or copyrighted for their music because you are paying for the rights for it. So I'd rather be in the clear because I don't want any copyright strikes on my channel anymore, or artists is trying to claim my videos, because that's happened more than 20 times. You guys, if you haven't seen my grocery haul video, I will link it down below, but we are pretty good with food. We have been eating less. So our food expense is $120 a month for two. Keep in mind that we are both vegan and we're eating clean. So we're eating like clean vegan food. So we're not buying the junk vegan food like the Beyond Meat burgers or the Boca patties. The only thing that we purchase that's kind of like pre-made is tofu. The rest, we just been eating a ton of vegetables, a lot of kale, spinach, you know, just fresh ingredients. So we do cut that bill in half to $60 each. And of course, I do end up saving a little bit more because I have the Ibotta app. So $120 a month for food for two people is perfect. So the grand total of all of my main expenses is $761. And that is insane because I was spending a lot more at my old place. It definitely helps out when you have when you live with someone else and you have your bills split in half. I didn't know that because I've always been on my own, and for me to sit down and see this number, I was like, wow, I am actually saving a lot of money with living with my boyfriend and us actually working together instead of, you know, doing our own thing. All right, now let's talk about cash back. I know I confused the hell out of you guys when I did this, I think around February, my last video I did this on, and I'm so sorry for that. I calculated it all wrong. I'm not the best when it comes to math. Math has always been my worst subject, so I am sorry. So let me tell you how much I made with my credit card cash back this month, the exact amount. It was $14, and how I know that is because I went in and I calculated just this 1 month. So last time I calculated like 3 months together, which I didn't even notice. But anyways, $14 I made this month. I do not cash out with that. I kind of let it sit in there until it reaches 100. So that money is kind of like non-existent. It's like an extra savings. So I just want to clarify all of that. Another cash back that I received was from Ibotta. I have talked about Ibotta a lot on my channel, and that is just a grocery app, or you can get other cash back from other websites and stuff, but I normally use it for groceries only, and I received $24 this month from Ibotta. And that was from the food that we purchased, along with like 3 to 4 people. You guys use my referral code, so I did get a certain percentage of that. So thank you very much. Again, it's not sponsored. Everyone gets their own referral code, but I have to put that out there. But yeah, so all together with cash back with the Ibotta and the credit card, I made $38, which that will all stay in there until like I decide to cash it out. I haven't cashed it out yet, but eventually I will. Now let's do the one thing that you guys are really focused on, and that is my new income. So let's just start with YouTube. What I made from YouTube was $1,986 this month, which is really good. Sometimes I'm like really nervous and hoping that the views will go up and stuff because this is my full-time job now, so I don't want to fail, and I am used to a steady paycheck because I worked at my old job for 8 years. When I did leave, a lot of people were being negative towards me, tell me that, you know, YouTube's not a real job and blah blah blah. So I know I shouldn't care what other people think, and I normally don't, but I don't want to prove people wrong at the same time. It's like YouTube is a real job for most people, and I do take it very seriously. So not to get too into it, but I did make $1,986, which is perfect. It covers our rent, it covers all that stuff, so I'm happy with that. Another income that I have is Amazon affiliate links. Every time you guys click on a product, purchase a product that I mention or that I have linked, I do get a certain percentage of it. So this month I made $125, which is awesome. So I thank you guys a lot on that, because again, I wouldn't really be here if it wasn't for you guys always showing love and showing support like this. And the last income that I would like to talk about a little bit is from Pacifica. Now, this is something that I do not get each month, and I'm not sponsored by them, but they did give me a coupon code of 20%. So whoever used that coupon code, I got a percentage of it. So what I made this month with you guys using my coupon code for the entire month is $1,100, which is amazing. And I was just happy to actually give back to you guys. I wasn't even thinking of the money actually. I was like, you know what, let me contact Pacifica, let me see if I can give back to you guys, because I always loved their products. If you guys look at my old videos from when I first started YouTube, I was still using the same things that I'm using as of right now. With them wanting to work with me and give you guys a 20% coupon code, I was just so happy. And then when my Pacifica manager told me, well, you also get paid for it, and I was like, oh, really? So it's kind of like a bonus feature, but I do want to say thank you for everyone participating in the whole using my coupon situation. So my grand total for my income this month was $3,211, which is not bad at all. Still 10 times more than what I used to make at my old job. So altogether, my expenses was $761 and my income was $3,211. If you minus the $3,211 minus 761, I ended up getting a grand total of $2,450 to put back into my savings account. Because if you guys do not know, my boyfriend and I are trying to save up for a house next year. So we are both gonna go half on the down payment, all of that stuff. So if you guys do not know the market in Boston, it's very expensive. So we are trying to save as much as possible. Of course, the house that we do purchase will be an investment. We do want to have at least 2 floors where someone's living on the 2nd floor and we're living on 1st, and then they pay half of our mortgage. So it's kind of what we're going for. Now let me explain a couple things that I did miss that you guys are probably gonna ask me about, and that is the things that I didn't spend money on this month. My eyebrows is one thing. I have been doing my eyebrows myself. I know they're not completely even, but I want to save as much money as possible. Along with that, the virus hit and a lot of places were closed, so I kind of had to learn fast. So I was spending $15 each month on my eyebrows, and now I'm not spending that money. So that $15 a month that I was spending goes straight back into savings because I've been keeping up with them. Next thing is my car insurance. You guys probably missed the fact that I didn't have my car insurance in my main expenses this month, and that is because I switched my car insurance the way I pay it. So I have Geico, and you have certain options where you want to pay it monthly, which is what I was doing before, and it was kind of like a hassle. Or you can switch it to every 6 months, which is what I switched it to. So I paid it before this month, so I paid that bill last month. I paid it before the 6-month mark because I had the money. And every 6 months, my car insurance is $321. So it was already paid, so that's another bill that I didn't have to pay this month. I pay a cheap amount when it comes to my car insurance is because I do not have any like tickets or nothing like that. No accidents. Every accident that I've been in is usually with my vehicle being hit while it's parked, so I was never really in any accidents. So it's usually never my fault. So that's why my insurance is cheap. And also, I do not have full coverage. I have the basic coverage where I can get it fixed. If someone hits me, then they pay for it. If I hit somebody, then there is a deposit that I pay. But with Geico, you can choose like every little detail in their app, and that's why I love that car insurance. You don't even need to talk to anybody. You just go onto the app and switch things. You can switch things every day if you want. It allows you to. Another thing that I am taking a break from putting money in, which I know it's really bad, but I will pick up with it soon, and that is my Roth. So I was putting $100 in each month, and lately I have been putting that on pause because I really want us to get a house as soon as possible, hopefully before next year. So the Roth is on pause. I know you guys are probably screaming at me, but it's my choice, and that's just what I'm doing for now. Obviously, it's not gonna be forever. Eventually, I will make up for the months that I missed. Maybe I'll put in $400 like a month, or if whatever I make. If I make less than what I made this month, then obviously I can't do that. But that's about it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little update of what I make and spend in a month. I will keep this going. I think these little video ideas gives you a visual on how I spend my money and what I make in a month and what I do with it, because I have seen these videos flying around YouTube and I cringe every time when I see some people spending their money on like designer bags, and I'm like, what are you doing? You could put that money in savings. But anyways, I just want to give a different perspective on what you really can do with your money. I know I'm not perfect in any ways. I'm just trying my best to save as much as possible and be very diligent with the money that's coming in. So on that note, I will forever keep you guys updated because we will be moving again, and I will do another one of these videos. But until then, I will catch you in the next one.